Hey, we're here at the Miami Boss Podcast here at the World Economic Forum. And I have the privileged guest here. This is me, Erol. And this is awesome. We're in Davos, Switzerland, everyone. And we're going to be talking a little bit about Northstar VC.
Absolutely.
How you got into that. And we'll also talk about, like, what are your drivers? Who have you funded? And who are you looking to fund?
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And we are a global venture capital firm formed the beginning of 2020 with the objective of not only funding deep tech companies predominantly out of Silicon Valley, but also adding value with the firepower of our corporate partner network. We differentiate ourselves from larger venture capital firms by assisting with geographic footprint expansion and offtake agreements that will transpire through the P&L of our portfolio companies.
That's fantastic.
In 2020 and 2021, we invested into supply chain resilience as COVID made it necessary for enterprises such as Amazon to ensure that they know where is their delivery, and if there's a problem, can they solve it in time. With COP28 being held in the United Arab Emirates, we leveraged our network there with our corporate partners, including Emirates, Etihad, and DP World, to really focus on the energy transition. We have been investing into a number of energy transition companies. So what we're looking for is really stamps of approval and companies being at an inflection point. Stamps of approval might be there is an offtake agreement with a credible company that instills confidence, the technology is mature, and we have the ability to replicate this first marquee contract with our enterprise customers. At the moment, we're looking at AI, but not from a perspective where we try to pick, is it going to be Anthropic or is it going to be OpenAI? We are looking to fund firms that will be the picks and shovels that are necessary when thinking about AI. That means energy, right? So we know that energy capacity is going to increase substantially. Data centers are going to triple within the next, couple of years, and that's very energy intensive. So what we're looking for are founders who have proven that their technology is able to meet this demand. And of course, we need to be able to generate a return. So we're looking at firms that are priced sensibly. Again, we will assist with geographic footprint expansion, with introductions to enterprise customers after stamps of approval have been obtained.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And would you consider that also as part of the solar space as well?
Yeah. So fun fact.
Renewable energies.
Yeah, I started my buy side career actually in renewables. So deploying capital into solar assets across LATAM and the Middle East. And I probably would have continued to do so had I not been diverted into the family office / VC space. And there are many ways to power data centers. At the moment, we don't necessarily look at solar, we look at advanced nuclear. Advanced nuclear has bipartisan support in the United States. President Trump, in his first term, signed into legislation, some bills that support advanced nuclear, but also the Biden administration was very vocal that they support advanced nuclear. So we're looking at that and not only to power data centers, but also to decarbonize industries that are hard to abate. For example, the steel industry, right? They do require high process heat and they don't want to emit CO2. So you're left with nuclear, really. That's what's currently exciting us.
So what's the average stage of your ideal venture? Is it seed, pre-seed? Is it series C, A, B, C, D?
Yeah, I get that.
Are you and also what is that average dollar amount that you're looking that you have invested in and that you'll probably do?
Yeah.
Let's say 10 deals of, is it a 5 million, 10 million, 200,000. Where's your sweet spot?
Absolutely. So we believe that at each stage there are great deals. Therefore, we don't limit ourselves to only seed stage or only Series A. If we believe that we are underwriting a deal and we can generate great risk-adjusted returns, we will invest in any stage. At the moment, we're looking at a very early stage company, and we're looking at a company that is already at the Series F. So it depends, therefore.
Okay.
And our sweet spot would be 5 to 10 million. Our last deal has been significantly larger than that, but ideally we co-invest alongside leading firms. And in some instances, again, we might be the first check, where we are investing because we trust in a founder's ability to replicate the success that they have had in the past.
Erol, I really want to thank you for your time today. It was really great about hearing about Northstar Ventures.
Yeah.
And just seeing where you're going to position, and it's great to hear because so many young entrepreneurs, they're going in at pre-seed and they're thinking, you know what, maybe the people that are doing seeded round that are generating revenue, they won't be interested in us, but that's not the case. You're looking at from seed to almost potential harvest.
Absolutely.
So that's great to hear. And ladies and gentlemen, Davos, Switzerland, here we're at, and it's just it's just incredible to meet so many business leaders. Erol, thank you so much for your time today.
It was a pleasure.
And again, everyone, it's Northstar
VC, the new kid on the block.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Miami Pod Podcast, the Switzerland edition.